In Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, the Nupperibo are described as bloated, 5-foot-tall devils that waddle around aimlessly in bodies weighing upwards of 300 pounds. Their forms are that of rolling flesh with indistinct features aside from their long arms, strong legs, and a head with its eyes and mouth sewn shut, which would routinely tear open to emit shrieks of pain and rage. Their flesh is said to remember the flesh that they had in life, containing distinctive scars and tattoos, and around their bloated bodies was an ever-present cloud of sickening miasma. They're said to be created from the souls of evil mortals who, while horrible in life, had no ambition, and therefore can serve the hells only as cannon fodder and food. This was partially due to their complete lack of intelligence or even sentience, as they constantly needed to be ordered around by other devils. They were also known to have decent regenerative abilities, and so they were sometimes used as figurative and literal punching bags for higher level devils. The Nupperibo has an AC of 13 and 11 hit points with a speed of 20 feet. They have bad stats except for their strength, but they have resistance to acid and cold, and immunity to fire and poison. They're also immune to being blinded, charmed, frightened, or poisoned, and have blind sight up to 20 feet. They have the Cloud of Vermin trait, in which any non-devil creature within 20 feet of them must make a con save or else take damage from the insects and vermin coming off their bodies. If the target is within the range of 2 or more Nupperibos, they must make the save at disadvantage. Anyone hurt by this can also be tracked by the Nupperibo, provided that they're in the 9 hells. As a DM, I would use the Nupperibo as a pack creature and as the frontline soldiers of another devil. Per the lore, they're mindless, so it makes sense to put them under the command of another creature. I would have them swarm players, making sure that each Nupperibo is within 20 to 30 feet of another, so that their passive Cloud of Vermin causes disadvantage on the save. This way they can deal passive damage to players, active damage via their bite, and die in service of the devil who will attack after the players have been weakened. Another way to use these creatures is as hounds within the 9 hells. If players have been harmed by the Cloud of Vermin trait, then escape, the Nupperibo's master can then use it to track them down. In mythology, the Nupperibo is likely based on the overarching Roman myth of the Lemures. We've covered them before and likely will again, but the basics are that they are the souls of the restless or malignant dead, and were incorporated into Christianity as it swept across the world. The Nupperibo in D&D is simply a Lemure that has been reworked in appearance to be a manifestation of gluttony, a bloated, vile creature of flesh, crawling with carrion insects and petulant vermin. There isn't really anything else to compare here. Instead, the Nupperibo is an extension of the overall death myth, remade in Vision to fit one of the 7 deadly sins, and turned into the punching bag of the 9 hells. If you enjoyed that video, please leave a like and comment below, and consider subscribing to the channel. You can also join the Patreon for $1 a month to access videos days before they're posted here, as well as other exclusive stuff like short stories, videos, and more.